My name is Barbara J. Ellis. I am not a medical doctor. I am the educational instructor here at ULearn, who is also a division of the Urban Colonics. I am not a doctor. I'm not here today trying to diagnose any condition or prescribe. I am here on the authority that I have been researching over the past 29 years. The authority on which I speak to you today is on the condition of my research over the last 29 years in my quest to heal my body from lupus. 29 years ago, almost 29 years ago, today, I was laying critically ill, actually fatally ill, in the hospital, dying with disseminated systemic lupus erythematosus. Disseminated means spread out. Systemic means spread out all over the body organs. I had been diagnosed and given a death sentence at the time that I decided to fire the doctors and move on and try to live. I had become blind temporarily several different times. I had cardiac involvement, pulmonary, which is the lungs, involvement. My kidneys had shut down. My pancreas was affected. And I was a living death case. At that time, the last time I saw my doctors in the hospital and fired them was in November of 1978. Since that time, I have been searching the world over for help for myself and my condition. Of course, I prayed and prayed and prayed. It was only at that time that I learned prayer without faith is void. Therefore, when I could apply faith, I had no strength to do anything, because you faith and then works. I could pray, I had faith, but I could not work. I was too weak and near death. But the Lord answered my prayers, and I today am here as a result of that and the continuous study that I have done. Yeah, I talked to you about the importance of water. And in our kitchen, we have just discovered the Kangen water that delivers up to us very good, pure water in 5 different varieties that is awesome. Alkaline water that helps us to keep our bodies in the most alkaline state, which is away from disease. You know, our bodies are on a scale from 0 to 14, should be at 7.36. That's our blood. But most of the time, when we have any disease or illness, it's too acidic. So we have this real great Kangen water machine here that's awesome. It even helps us to cleanse our vegetables and fruits, to detoxify the herbicides and poisons. What I'd like to say to you now, instead of me going into the great detail on the water machine, George is going to take the machine apart and describe it to us in full so I can spend my time with the food. He will come later with the machine. We're here in the kitchen now. Before we start with our first session of raw foods, I'd like to show you what a complete kitchen should look like. Remember a while ago that I said that in the refrigerator we need live raw foods. In the pantry we don't need anything embalmed. Here is what we need to deal with raw foods in our kitchen. Obviously, the first thing we need are several sharp, razor-sharp knives. And, of course, we have to, starting to work with knives, we have to start to practice kitchen safety. We use these very sharp knives, and I've been using very sharp knives now for over 25 years, and I never have gotten cut. I never put a knife in the dishwater. I always put it in the bag. So that's good kitchen safety. If you make a mistake and put your knife in the water and get cut, keep cayenne pepper all the time. That's a very good antidote. Cayenne pepper and aloe vera. You don't even need to go to the emergency room unless you cut your finger off. Now, this knife here is very good for the raw veggies that we use a lot. This is the Ulu knife from Alaska. On my bibliography, if you see that I use it and you like it and you want to get one, I have an 800 number for the Ulu knife. This we do, it's not electric, but we do a lot of cutting, and we can use this to make nice, even cuts, because we keep pickled onions in the box. We use that for that. We also grate a lot of vegetables. Right here is a wheatgrass juicer. This is the best kind of a wheatgrass juicer. It's not manual, it is electric, but wheatgrass is extremely important for your health in the kitchen. So I'd like to show you that if you're interested in the wheatgrass. Now, we went past the knives. This is a grate. We use a lot of ginger, and this is a nice grater to grate your ginger. Here we have the everything pot. We do a little cooking in the transitional, but we do very little cooking. So since we do very little cooking, we have very few pots. This everything pot is almost the only pot that we use in the kitchen. You can steam, you can make soups, you can make beans, you can make pasta. It is awesome in the kitchen. That's the everything pot. On our bibliography, we will tell you where you can get that. And we do some macrobiotics, so therefore our brown rice that we cook, we do it in a pressure cooker. This is a pressure cooker that we've had for a number of years. So you can probably get this in any department store, it's easy. But that's a great way that macrobiotics use. They cook beans and rice in there. This is a little grater because, like I said, we do a lot of grating our veggies in the kitchen. And if any of you are macrobiotic or practicing macrobiotics, you know that they don't use electricity. So this is what we call a suribachi. It's a rough bowl with a pestle so you can grind up foods that you're using that we would ordinarily use a blender for. And we do have several blenders here. This is one juicer that we have here to my left, the Jack LaLanne juicer. We will have one. You can find that one if you like on our bibliography. Now, we also do dehydrations in the kitchen. And this is our dehydrator. That we have some dishes today that we will be making that we have used a dehydrator and dehydrated them. This is a nice piece of equipment to have in your kitchen if you're practicing pure good health with live food. Now behind me here is the Champion juicer, which we'll be juicing in a little bit, carrots. I hope you can see the Champion. It is a great juicer. It's economically priced, so most of us can afford one. There are other juices that's more expensive, but I find the Champion is pretty good, so use this. Now, as I said prior to now, I think I did, we use good pure water, the best we have ever found, and this is the Kangen water. And later, George will go into great detail on the machine and how it comes to be the one that produces the greatest water in our kitchen. And that's what we need to stay healthy, is a good alkaline body. Now, we also have, to my far right, 3 different juicers, including the Vitamix, which makes number 4, that we use a lot to make our raw soups and sauces. We even make ice cream in the Vitamix without dairy. We do not use dairy here. We do not use meat, white salt. As a matter of fact, in this kitchen, we don't have anything that we cook or eat or use that has a face, or anything that came from something with the face. Now, several things that came from something with the face is milk, cheese, and butter. We do not take that, and eggs, of course, for that reason. You can do more research and find out why. Now, I think I've shown you enough of what we use. Oh, this is a nice little gadget. When I make the fruit salad, I'm going to use this to slice pineapple. This helps you to not go buy the pineapple in the can. Just get you a nice fresh pineapple. It's cheaper, and slice it yourself. And this is an old-time rolling pin. We use that when we're making the raw pies that we have made today. Or we will make probably tomorrow, the next session. This is where we do the hand grating, because we do a lot of grating. And I think I've shown you everything. So the next thing that we're going to do in this kitchen is volume 1, and it's all raw snacks, juices, and smoothies.